Hello everyone, welcome to another Let's Play. We're about to play the last chapter of The Crown and the Flame, Book 2, which is very exciting because I don't know what's going to happen. We're going to find out, and it's going to be exciting and fun. When we last left, Dom had been kidnapped, and we had captured Luther. Kenna's army has defeated Luther and freed the Five Kingdoms, but at a terrible cost. The terrible cost is that Hex... Oh my gosh, really? Are we going to do this every time now? I did actually restart the app before I started the video because that happened last time. Hold on just a second. And we're back. Let's try this again. There we go. It just likes to tease me. Alright, chapter 16, The Aftermath. Hello, kitty. Come on in here. You have to come in here and be quiet. That's Zenobia's bedroom. Oh, okay, yeah, we're in Lycos. Now playing as Kenna. The day after the Battle of the Bay, all your closest friends and allies gather at Lycos Castle to celebrate your victory. All except one. I can't believe Dom is really gone. How am I going to face everyone? I can barely think straight. This is a very strong reaction given that Dom is always gone. I mean, yes, he's kidnapped. I'm worried for him too, and Hex is a terrible, terrible person. But, I mean, the whole first book was them being separated, and the whole second book was them being separated, so I feel like we should be used to Dom being gone. Annelyse puts a comforting hand on your shoulder. I'm so sorry, Kenna. We're all worried about him. But right now, being a queen means being strong for your people, even when you feel like you're about to fall apart. I don't know if I can be strong right now. I know you can. You're the strongest person I've ever met. Annelyse opens a wooden chest and starts rummaging through your clothes. She pulls out 2 dresses and lays them on the bed. Now, if you're having trouble feeling like a queen, at least make sure that you look like a queen. That always helps me. I suppose it's a start. So we've got regular clothes, simple blue gown, blue and gold gown. Which we previously bought, and I think if I'm reading my study guide correctly, you could buy it here if you hadn't bought it before. But we did buy it before, so we're not being forced to buy it now, which is good, because if we'd been forced to buy it now, I was gonna be pissed off. So I don't really like that gown. I gotta say, if I had to pick something for her to wear, I would either go with the warrior princess look that's been going for her. I mean, all of her people are following her because, or at least in book 1, they were following her because she was willing to put herself on the battle line and be in danger like everyone else. They didn't want a regular, peacock stuffed king or queen. So I would rock the army look if that's what people are following me for. If I had to dress up, I think this is very, sedate and dignified and attractive. To me, that's really pretty, don't get me wrong, but it's more like a cocktail dress than like like, yay my people, we have won a great video, a great battle, here are my rocking tits, like, to me that's like, well, okay, but I do know that the more expensive gowns usually give you some kind of prestige option or something, so we'll take it. You spin in place, your dress glittering gold. How do I look? Regal and absolutely gorgeous. See, that's what I'm saying. It is a gorgeous dress. I disagree, it's a regal dress. If I hadn't already pledged undying loyalty to you, I'd probably be doing that right now. One more thing before we go. If you want to get away for a little while later on, come and find me. Annelyse gives your shoulder one more squeeze, and the 2 of you head off to the grand hall. I really hate that we can't romance her more because my heart is with Raiden because I love her so much. I really do. If Raiden were not in this game, she would be my choice without even question. Applause rises from the assembled crowd as you approach the top of the Grand Hall's main stairwell. We're in Zenobia's castle. Where are all the Lycos people and how do they feel about this? That's what I want to know. Because the book has done a really good job of showing that. I'm trying to struggle for the right way to put this. The book has done a really good job of showing that conquered people are not going to necessarily be like, woohoo, we have a new person in charge of us now, because they don't know Kenna from, Adam or Eve. So I'm wondering right now how the Lycos feel about her coming in, because we know that we're not like Zenobia and we don't throw like nightly balls where prisoners fight to death. We know that, but she doesn't. They don't know that yet. She can't just make an announcement. My people, I am way better than Zenobia. Like they won't listen. So it's gonna be interesting to find out. I would really, if it was up to me, I would give Zenobia's kingdom to Adder if she wanted it, because Adder already has a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Experience managing a she has her own little underground empire already, and so I feel like she could probably relay that experience into managing everything from the front end as well as from the underground end. So anyway, and she's a local and she would understand what the locals want. But sorry, maybe we'll get to that. Wow, I'm really rambly today. I'm sorry. Hail, Queen Kenna, hero of the 5 kingdoms. Hail. We knew you would lead us to victory, Your Majesty. Thank you. Your hand grips the banister as if you could draw strength from the solid wood. Thank you, all of you. This victory... It's just the beginning? Is there more to do? I mean, there's a book 3, but I assumed that was rescuing Tom. Let's just say belongs to all of us. This victory belongs to all of us. Without each and every one of you, this victory would not have been possible. A queen is nothing without her people. Thank you for putting your trust in me. Huzzah! Cheers ring through the crowded hall as you descend the stairs. Annelyse smiles encouragingly before disappearing into the crowd. Kailani and Noah meet you at the bottom of the stairs. Congratulations, Queen Kenna. Thank you. Enjoying the party? Normally, I'd be dragging all these mopes out onto the dance floor, but right now we've got more important things to do. Namely, marching back to Panrion to knock that lily-handed prig Florian down on his ass. We can be ready to sail tonight, if you give your blessing. You have it, absolutely, and whatever other help I can give. Talk to Leon. I'm sure he can find soldiers who would happily go with you. You're the best, Kenna. And now, since I'm surely considered the hero of Panrion... fine. Since we're now the heroes of Panrion, they'll probably ask us to decide who the next ruler will be. Is that how politics work in Panrion? Who knows? But what I'm saying is, you've got friends there. That's comforting. Thank you, both of you. As Noah and Kailani leave the Grand Hall, Val walks up to you with a goblet of wine in each hand. You look like you could use a drink. A drink? Is it that obvious? Only 'cause I know you so well. You reach for one of the goblets and Val takes a step back. Oh, Val, did you get both of those for you? No. Maybe? Val hands over one of the goblets. Here, I'll grab another one on the way out. On the way out? Where are you going? I'm still all wound up from the fighting. I gotta go work some of this energy off. If you feel like giving me a hand with that, I'll be down on the beach. Val winks at you and pushes her way towards the door. I love her so much too. If Raiden and Annelyse weren't in this game, I love all the. And then there's Tevin. It's so rare. Okay, for me to do a story with love interest where I adore all of them so much, and I just want them to all be my lovers. You wander through the crowd, exchanging pleasantries here and there. I was wondering when your majesty would grace us with your presence. Raiden bows before you, taking your hand and kissing it gently. You look beyond captivating. Thank you. Lady Kenna, tonight I request your charming company at my initiation. I'd be delighted. What is it you're being initiated into? The Order of the Black Asps, my sister's organization of shadows. If I pass Adder's trial... A trial? You mean even after everything we've been through, she still doesn't trust you? You misunderstand. This is the way things are done in the Lycos underworld. To forgive me without some kind of test would be seen as weakness. The fact that Adder is willing to let me try it all says a great deal. If you say so, is there anything I can do to help? I was hoping you would ask. I am allowed to bring a second, someone I trust absolutely, to assist me in the initiation, and I trust no one more than you. Oh, are you sure this isn't just a ploy to get me alone? Well, that certainly came to mind. I'm not asking you merely as a friend. Not as a friend. So our options are, but that's exactly what we are. Good, we've always been more than friends. We're way past friends, you're mine. Oh. I don't know which one to choose. Because I like the one that tells him where he's mine. Because then he can, I assume that's the romancy option. But I also don't like possessive. Like, he's not mine, he's his own person. And my walkthrough doesn't tell me what happens depending on which one I pick. So, okay, good, we've always been more than friends. We're way past friends, you're mine. Oh no, I don't know which one. I'm very conflicted. Why am I this conflicted over a silly little choice in a video game? I feel like we've always been more than friends, and plus I don't like that statement, but I'll talk about that in a second. I feel like we've always been more than friends is almost too chill of a way to express how I feel about him. And I do not like more than friends, and I have to thank all my aromantic friends on Twitter because they've really called attention to me to the fact that more than friends is actually kind of implies that friendship is lesser than romance with somebody when they're not lesser. Romance and friendship, they're just different. So we really ought to say, if we're being honest, we're something other than friends, not we're something more than friends. Or we're friends and, something. But to treat it like it's on a scale, like down here you have friend, and then a little higher is my nose. It sneezed. gonna say you're mine. We'll just do it. I have an extra key. If I screw it up, I'll fix it. We're way past friends. You're mine. It's so rare to see you tongue-tied. I hope it's a good tongue-tied and not a bad tongue-tied. Oh! Consider it one of your finest achievements. Now I must go and prepare, but I'll be leaving in an hour. If you wish to accompany me, meet me by the staircase. See, I have so many feels about Raiden, and I'm just gonna spill them all right here. Because we met him in Aurelia, and entirely on his own undertaking, unless Annelyse encouraged it, which she might have, but it was really ultimately up to him. He reached out to us, made contact with us, initiated a romance with us, which he had to know was a very big gamble if he wanted anything long term, because I mean, he even said he was surprised whenever, as Kenna, we said we didn't have any other attachments. We were a queen, you know. Of course there's a very high possibility that we would need to make a political match with someone like King Tevin in order to, you know, solidify the legitimacy of our rule. It would be very, very hard for him to have any kind of long-term marriage concept unless as Kenna we really can pull this off and, you know, rule as a warrior queen. And warrior queens are generally, for the most part, allowed to do whatever they want because the people supported them for their competency. So, you know, okay, so screw whoever you want. But you know, even so, it had to be a big gamble in his mind whether this would even work, and he pursued it anyway and seemed to genuinely love and care about Kenna. And I just, he's kind of a true romantic in my mind, that he saw this situation, realized it probably wouldn't work out, but put his heart on the line anyway. I just love that so much about him. It's really touching to me that he extended that kind of trust, and he's never been arrogant about it, like, well, obviously you'll end up with me because I'm sorry. He has self-confidence, but he doesn't, you know, feel entitled to Kenna. That's the word I'm looking for. He doesn't seem to feel entitled to her, and I really do think that if as Kenna we said, yeah, we're going with something else, he'd be like, well, you know, I respect that. So he doesn't seem like that kind of person. So I love how much this orphan kid, okay, who rose through the ranks of like spies and assassins and to become the spy master of Aurelia. And he could be the most disillusioned person in the world after all those experiences. And he's not. He's a romantic at heart who saw a queen without a kingdom and fell in love with her. That touches me. I like that a lot. It's all my romance feels right there. So I think that's why, I mean, and yes, his character portrait is sexy. That's not nothing. But it just, the hints of story in there and characterization that you can piece together from the book itself is just, okay. We'll just rename this the Raiden Appreciation Channel if I don't shut up and go on. Raiden bows deeply before slipping back into the crowd. Later, Leon finds you standing alone at one of the tables. Usually I'm the one lurking in the corner of a celebration all by myself. I'm not lurking, just thinking. About Rowan. I would have guessed Dom, but okay. How'd you guess? Why are we thinking about Rowan? She's alive, isn't she? I'm certainly not Gabriel, but I've known you a long time. What happened with Rowan during the battle, I can see that it shook you. What? She didn't die, did she? We saved her. I paid good diamonds to save her. I was just thinking about everything that led to that point. Everything I did to bring it about. You think back, remembering the choices you've made. You remember naming Rowan as Queen of Thorngate. Thorngate will never forget this. I'll never forget this. My kingdom is battered. It will take time to rebuild, but we will become your fiercest allies. Thank you, Queen Kenna. You're welcome, Queen Rowan. This means everything to me. You remember asking only for the heart oak Thorngate could spare. Thank you, Kenna. I knew you'd understand. I'll go send word immediately. 100 weapons won't be enough to arm us all. It's more than you've had in the past. And you remember ordering Rowan to summon all of Thorngate's troops to Lycos. Which I still think was the right decision. Especially now that we know of Hex's airships, we can't afford to hold anything back. If we're going to free the 5 kingdoms, we must stand together as one. We must defeat Luther here and now. Very well. You will have your 1,000 troops, and I will pray for a decisive victory. A queen must make many hard decisions. If I could go back in time, I would do the same things. This war made me question myself constantly, but I think I made the right choices. Good. A queen should never question her decisions, only learn from them. How is Rowan? Last I saw, she could barely stand. She's recovering well, thanks to you. You pulled her back from the brink of death, my queen. I feel I must apologize for the things I've said about her. Rowan is a stubborn woman, but she risked her life to save yours. Go tell her that. Hearing you apologize will put a spring in her step, I'm sure. Leon shakes his head. Anyway, Luther, our guest of honor, is resting comfortably in the dungeons. We can decide his fate after the celebration. The cocky bastard's not going anywhere. You catch sight of Raiden standing by the stairs, waiting for you. Turning, you see Annelyse leaning against the gilded rail of the empty fighting pit. You think of Val winking as she invited you to the beach with her. Now's your chance to have 3 separate romantic encounters with Raiden, Annelyse, and Val. When you're ready to move on, go with Leon. Wait, does that mean I can do all of them? They might as well let you do all of them. They're gonna bilk me for diamonds, aren't they? Spar with Val, spend time with Annelyse, sneak away with Raiden. Obviously, I'm gonna do Raiden first because I don't know if they can all be done. So, well, let me think. I do have 2 keys. I will be able to redo this chapter before it finalizes everything. I could go through all of them. I don't want to go through all of them. I feel like it'll break my heart a little bit. Because we'll see all this loveliness with Annelyse and Val and potentially not be able to get all of it at the same time because you have to pick one. So I'm just going to pick Raiden, and if that's the only one we get, then that's the only one we get. If we come back and there are people still waiting, then we'll do that, but I don't think it will. I think we're going to be locked into one choice here, which, okay, fine. Sorry. Although that makes me frustrated because it's not like I can save and reload and come back and show you because I'd have to redo the entire book from scratch. No, I'm just gonna do Raiden. Well, I'm sure there's videos of the other ones. I'm having to talk myself out of whether to do them all on this video, or whether to just do the Raiden one that I want to do. If I wanted to do them all, I'd need to start with Val, reload the chapter with a new key, do Annelyse, reload the chapter with a new key, then do Raiden. I have to do Raiden last because I want that choice to be locked in and saved for book 3. I could get 3 videos out of it. But you guys have to promise not to hate me for uploading the same chapter 3 times. Do you promise? Okay. I heard a yes. What do you do? We'll spar with Val. So we'll go clockwise. We'll start with Val, then we'll do Annelyse, then we'll do Raiden. I feel like this is gonna make me sad because if it locks us into one of them, I'll have seen 2 beautiful futures I can't have. You find Val down on the beach, sand flying as she throws a series of vicious-looking kicks and punches. Well, look who showed! What can I say? The past few days have left me with a serious desire to punch something. Still? After that grand battle, your bloodlust still raging? She holds her fist in front of her face, bobbing in front of you. Come at me then, and don't hold back. Hold back? I wouldn't dream of it. You and Val circle each other, feet shuffling through the sand. Why so tense, Your Majesty? Worried I'll do something like... She drops suddenly, her legs sweeping both feet out from under you. Whoa! Before you can get up, she's straddling your waist, the edge of her hand held against your neck. Like that. No fair! I wasn't ready! She pulls you back to your feet and steps back, dropping back into her fighting stance. Tell you what. Let's make this more interesting with a little wager. Whoever gets hit has to remove some clothes. What's this? A mercenary betting for something other than money. Some things you can't put a price on. Val puts her fist up and you follow suit. She suddenly bounds forward, her right fist swinging for your jaw. Block and punch. Turning aside her fist with your forearm, you strike out with a quick punch of your own, hitting her in the chest. Oof! Ha! Got you. So you did. Fair's fair. She strips out of her armored shirt, tunic, and bracers. Wow. Here, hold this. She tosses her tunic at your head. Oh! As you fumble to catch the tunic, she reaches around and slaps you on the ass. Hey, that was a dirty trick. All's fair when you spar with the likes of me. She looks pointedly at your clothes until you laugh and throw her tunic back at her. Fine, a deal's a deal. You undress, tossing your clothing to one side. Happy now? Very. You and Val circle each other, each looking for an opportunity. So, does your training usually involve stripping naked? Only on special occasions. Aw, I'm special. Actually, yeah, you kind of are. Val, you're blushing. Oh, you are so asking for it. She lunges, but this time you're ready for her. You hook her foot with your leg, sending her sprawling in the sand. Oof! She yelps as you pin her down, pushing her deeper in the sand. You smile at her, your faces mere inches apart. Looks like you're in a tough spot, Val. Oh no, I'm being held down by a beautiful woman. This is terrible and definitely not a thing that I like. Whatever shall I do? Well, I suppose I could let you up if you give me a kiss. I should say, I'll be needing 5 kisses. 5? Seems a little steep. For that, the price just went up to 10. Okay, you have a deal. She cranes her neck up to press her lips against yours. 1. She kisses you again, harder. You feel her hand on the back of your neck, pulling you close. 2. 3 kisses later, you realize that somehow you and Val have switched positions. She lies on top of you, her sandy hair brushing the side of your face. You minx, did you let me pin you? What? No, you got me. I'm completely... She pauses for another long kiss, running one hand up the center of your chest. Helpless. You laugh, pulling her in for another kiss. How many kisses was that? One of Val's hands strokes the length of your thigh, pushing up against the hem of your silk slip. Ah! You know, I'm afraid I've lost count. Well then. Ah! I missed it, but I think she said we'll have to start over. Val grins, leaning in to nuzzle your ear. You read my mind. Oh, that was so sweet. Later, you and Val walk back to the grand hall, hand in hand. What are you smirking at? Nothing. You definitely don't have a barrel's worth of sand in your hair. She aggressively ruffles your hair, sending a shower of sand cascading to the floor. Did you get it all? Not even close. You're gonna be finding sand in there for weeks. She grins, giving your hair one more ruffle for good measure. Think of it as a souvenir. Laughing, you return to the party. Oh, you can do them all. I am suddenly so very conflicted. Because I don't want to make Val love me just to dump her. Okay, here's what we'll do. We'll do Annelyse, then we'll use my key to start over and just do Raiden. Because I feel bad romancing them all without being allowed to have a poly discussion first. Because I want to have a poly discussion to make sure everybody's on the same page. And I'm afraid that the game is going to have everybody assume that I'm monogamously interested in all of them individually. And there's going to be some kind of betrayal sequence later going, but you loved me! So I didn't... So, okay, we'll do this. And Raiden's just over there waiting, poor guy. And I feel bad about that too. Why am I having so many emotions about a video game? What's wrong with me? You walk over to Annelyse. She smiles up at you, leaning on the gilded railing of the fighting pit. I'm surprised to see you over here. You mean so far from the dancing? Even my feet get tired eventually. Though if you wanted to dance, I'd be more than happy to. I meant next to the pit. I remember how upset you were at the ball. I figured you wouldn't want to be anywhere near it. Oh. Annelyse looks down at the dry bloodstains in the pit. I was upset then because I saw a terrible thing happening and I couldn't do anything about it. I'm not a fighter like you or Val, and sometimes that makes me feel so weak and helpless. You may not be a fighter, but that doesn't make you weak. During the Battle of Stormhold, you saved as many lives with your herbs and bandages as I did with my sword. How many people are alive today because you were there to mend their wounds? I'm just so glad I could help. Annelyse gestures at the fighting pit. This room, it's still so full of pain and fear. I was just thinking that now I could finally do something to change that. I can take this sad, ugly pit and turn it into something nice, something that makes people happy. What do you think it should be? Let's plant a tree at the bottom. A tree? Indoors? This pit contains so much death and violence. It would be nice to see something alive and growing in its place. That's such a beautiful idea. I could bring in a sapling from the Aurelia Gardens, and we could hang lanterns from the tree on special occasions. What? You're staring at me. I didn't smudge my makeup, did I? No, your makeup's flawless. I was just thinking about... We'll go ahead and do the romance since I'm restarting it. How much I'd like to kiss you. You place both hands on Annelyse's waist, and she reaches up to stroke your cheek. I think I would like that too. You pull Annelyse close, kissing her soft, full lips. You close your eyes, feeling the warmth of her body pressed against yours. A long, sweet moment later, you separate. You know, while we're talking about redecorating, Annelyse looks down, biting her lip. I also had some more ideas for the royal bedrooms. Maybe you'd like to go and discuss them with me? Annelyse, I would love to. Annelyse smiles, taking you by the hand. Well, shall we? We shall. You and Annelyse enter one of the empty bedrooms, and she shuts the door behind you. So, tell me about these ideas you had for this room. Well, the color scheme is a bit ominous, I think you'll agree. I'd go with something brighter and more cheerful. Let me guess. You finger the fine glittering chains decorating Annelyse's shoulders. Gold? I was going to say saffron. Ha, totally different. Annelyse pulls on your hand, drawing you deeper into the room. Then there's the matter of this bed. Oh dear, what's wrong with the bed? Feel for yourself. Annelyse pushes you back onto the mattress and slides on top of you. It's entirely too comfortable. You smile, brushing Annelyse's long black curls away from her face. Sorry, you're just too pretty. I can't think of any more witty banter right now. Annelyse's cheeks blush pink as your hands slide down her back, gently undoing the clasps of her dress. That's all right, as long as you keep saying sweet things. The gold dress falls away. You're staring again. Can you blame me? You're radiant. Annelyse blushes redder and busies herself undoing the fasteners on your clothes. You're radiant and strong and kind and Annelyse's eyes travel up and down the length of your body, then meet yours. She bends down until your faces are almost touching, whispering against your lips. Beautiful. Oh. She kisses you softly. Your hands find the small of her back, pulling her body against yours and deepening the kiss. You roll on top of Annelyse, placing several kisses along the curve of her neck. Sliding your body along hers, your lips brush her chest just above the corset, then the soft skin of her thigh, then... Kenna! Oh, I love them so much, it hurts me, I love them. Sometime later, you lie on the bed with Annelyse nestled against your side, her head resting on your shoulder. Coin for your thoughts? I'm so glad I met you, Kenna. You smile, stroking Annelyse's hair. I'm glad too. Annelyse sits up, stretching. We should go back to the celebration soon. You prop yourself up on your elbow, watching Annelyse dress. Do we have to? Annelyse tosses your clothes onto the bed. For now, but don't worry. I'm not going anywhere. Promise. Annelyse kisses you on the forehead. Promise. Reluctantly, you get dressed and follow Annelyse back to the grand hall. I should mingle. There are a few nobles that need a little more convincing before they're ready to ally with you. Thank you for that. And for this moment. I'll see you later. Count on it. Annelyse waves, slipping back into the crowd. Ah, I love her so much. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually restart the chapter, which is silly and childish of me, I know, but I feel really bad romancing all the people and sleeping with them without having poly discussions first. And you'll notice I have not had that chance to have poly discussions with any of them. And plus I kind of just I feel bad making Raiden sit by the staircase while I go off and have sex with everybody, like, be with you in a bit, you know, so I can't do that either. So I'm gonna pause and cut this video because it got really long because I talked so much, sorry. And I'm going to upload this as a partial, you know, chapter 16 with the Val and Annelyse options. And then I'm going to do another one that is just Raiden alone. So I'm going to pause here. And also I'm going to go get something to drink because my voice is actually getting a little scratchy. So I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for coming with me and being here on this journey. And I'm sorry this one got cut into 2 parts. That won't normally happen. I'll be right back. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.